The Galactic Council had always found humanity's silence amusing. For 3 centuries, every major species had broadcast their achievements across the cosmos. The Zilithians with their quantum crystalline cities, the Vorthak with their planet-sized computational matrices, the Kretal with their mastery over stellar fusion. Each civilization announced their technological prowess like peacocks displaying their plumage. But Earth remained quiet. Ambassador Zixthan of the hegemony clicked his mandibles in derision as he reviewed the latest intelligence reports. Still nothing from the Sol system, he announced to the assembled council. 300 years of galactic membership, and they've contributed, what? Primitive entertainment broadcasts and requests for basic resource trades. The other delegates rippled with what passed for laughter among their respective species. The humans were a curiosity, bipedal mammals who had somehow stumbled into faster-than-light travel, but seemed content to remain in their corner of the galaxy, tending to their single blue world like farmers in a cosmic garden. Perhaps we've overestimated them, suggested Councillor Vex of the Dominion. Their initial contact protocols showed promise, but they've made no meaningful technological advances since joining the Council. No megastructures, no stellar engineering, no expansion beyond their birth system. What the Council didn't know was that Captain Sarah Chen was listening to every word from the bridge of the Prometheus, humanity's first and only deep space exploration vessel. The ship hung silent in the void, its revolutionary stealth systems developed in the secret laboratories beneath Luna, rendering it completely invisible to even the most advanced alien sensors. "Captain," whispered Lieutenant Torres, monitoring the alien communications, "they're proposing Motion 23 Alpha." Chen's jaw tightened. Motion 23 Alpha, the systematic harvesting of underdeveloped systems for their raw materials. Sol system, with its abundant metals and energy sources, had just been added to the list. "How long until their harvester fleets reach Earth?" she asked. 18 hours at their current speed, came the reply from Navigation Officer Park. The irony wasn't lost on Chen. The aliens mocked humanity's apparent lack of advancement, never realizing that humans had spent 3 centuries developing something far more valuable than flashy megastructures or stellar monuments. They had perfected the art of directed stellar manipulation. While the galaxy built outward, humanity had built inward, not into planets or asteroids, but into the very fabric of space-time itself. The Prometheus wasn't just a ship. It was a mobile platform for humanity's greatest achievement, a device that could temporarily redirect a star's energy output with surgical precision. "Signal Earth Command," Chen ordered. "Inform them we're implementing Protocol Omega." Back on Earth, the message reached President Martinez within minutes. The world's leaders had prepared for this moment for generations, knowing that humanity's policy of strategic obscurity could only last so long. Every major nation had contributed to Project Damocles, the construction of specialized satellites that could, when activated, create a sympathetic resonance with the Prometheus's stellar manipulation array. "All stations report ready," came the confirmation from Earth Command. Meanwhile, the Galactic Council continued their debate, unaware that their fate now hung in the balance. The hegemony's Grand Admiral was already dispatching the harvest fleets when Councillor Vex noticed something peculiar on his sensors. "That's odd," he murmured. "There appears to be some kind of gravitational anomaly forming around the hegemony's primary star." Ambassador Zixthan barely glanced at the readout. "Probably just a solar flare. Nothing to concern ourselves with. While we're discussing the—" He never finished the sentence. Across the hegemony's core worlds, day suddenly became night. Not gradually, as during an eclipse, but instantaneously, as if someone had thrown a switch. The hegemony's star, a massive Type G giant that had burned steadily for billions of years, simply stopped shining in their direction. Panic spread like wildfire through the hegemony's 12 worlds. Emergency broadcasts filled the airwaves as billions of beings watched their life-giving star appear to be consumed by an impossible shadow. The shadow wasn't blocking the star. It was redirecting the star's entire energy output away from the hegemony's solar system and into the void beyond. In the council chambers, every delegate stared at their instruments in disbelief. The readings were impossible. No known technology could manipulate stellar output on such a scale. The energy requirements alone would exceed the combined output of a dozen civilizations. Then came the transmission. "Greetings, Galactic Council." Captain Chen's voice was calm, professional, carrying the weight of 3 centuries of human preparation. "This is Captain Sarah Chen of the human ship Prometheus. I trust we now have your attention." The alien delegates scrambled to locate the source of the transmission, but their sensors found nothing. The human ship remained as invisible as ever, a ghost in the void. "The shadow currently engulfing the hegemony worlds is temporary," Chen continued. "Your star's energy is being safely redirected and will be restored in exactly 1 hour. Consider this a demonstration?" Ambassador Zixthan's voice cracked as he responded. What do you want?" "Nothing you haven't already promised," Chen replied. "The right to exist peacefully in our own system. The hegemony harvest fleets currently en route to Sol will turn around immediately. Motion 23 Alpha will be permanently tabled, and perhaps the Council might reconsider its assumption that silence equals weakness." The demonstration lasted exactly 1 hour, as promised. When the hegemony's star resumed its normal output, the galaxy had learned a sobering truth. The quiet species in the corner hadn't been primitive or stagnant. They had been patient. Humanity had spent 3 centuries studying every star chart, every energy signature, every technological broadcast from the galaxy's major powers. While other species built monuments to their achievements, humans had built the ultimate deterrent, the ability to plunge any hostile civilization into frozen darkness with surgical precision. The harvest fleets turned around. Motion 23 Alpha was not just tabled but stricken from all records. And when the Council reconvened, they did so with a new understanding. Sometimes the most dangerous beings in the galaxy are the ones who choose not to speak until they have something truly worth saying. Captain Chen smiled as she set course for home. Earth's silence had indeed been mocked, right up until the moment it spoke with the voice of stars themselves.